Hey guys, welcome back for day 93 of completing my 20s. One life, one decade, one chance to grow while it still matters. Today is Tuesday. I was lucky enough to get an off day today, so it's 12:40. I've just been kind of relaxing, ate some food this morning, hung out with the family. Excuse me. Hung out with the dogs and stuff. But I'm about to go to the gym now. So I figured I'd just say what's up to you guys before I head over there now. And yeah, pretty much it's pretty simple. So today I have chest day, so I'll catch you guys when I get this little chest pump in. See you guys there. Alrighty guys, so here I'm getting a stretch. As you can see, I'm just getting my wrists and arms warmed up. I really like to pull my elbows back here in order to release the shoulders because that's one of the more important things I like to stretch when I'm getting ready for chest day. And then as I'm finishing that up, I like to do push ups and pull ups. I didn't do any videos of the pull ups, but I like to do at least 60 push ups now and about 25 pull ups. And since I'm getting better, I'll throw in about 2 or 3 muscle ups as well. And starting out with my first workout, I go to Smith Incline Machine Press. The reason why I like to start with this is because it's very stable. So, as one of my first workouts, I don't have to worry about injuring myself. And as you can see, I went pretty heavy here on my first set. So I went with 185 and I go to about 3 to 4 reps till failure. Um, and then I go and I switch the 25s off and then go to a 145 to do a drop set. I think I actually put an extra 10 on each side. Yeah, I did. So I put another 10 on, took the 25 off, and then did a drop set, and then did another set of just the one with the 10 on as well. And so this helps get me warmed up for the day. And also, the upper chest is technically considered the weaker part of the whole chest. Not really the weaker part, but the part where you're gonna lift less muscle compared to like your flat or your center slash under chest as well. Alrighty, and then to stick with my upper chest, I do these chest flies here. So a little heads up, if you're ever moving the weight from low to high, you're working out your upper chest. If you're ever working the weight from high to low, like if you were to be kind of pushing down, you'd actually be working out your center or lower chest rather than your upper chest. So these right here are my second exercise for my upper chest. And I like to do 2 workouts per actual muscle. So 2 upper and then 2 just for the mid slash under section because there's actually no such thing as a lower chest if you do your research. So working out the midsection also trains that under part that everyone thinks of. And here you can see I'm moving on to barbell bench. I usually bounce between either this or doing some dumbbell for the flat part or the center section of the chest. This is my minimum weight I'll do. I'll try and get about 4 to 6 reps here, and I'll do 2 sets strictly here. And then I do it in superset fashion with my next workout, which I'll show you now. Yeah, so once I finish those up, I go straight to these chest flies. I haven't used this machine in particular in a while, so these reps may have been a little sloppy, but I do as much weight as I can on here for 2 sets. So I think I may have only did like 3 or 4 reps. I'll do it 2 times, but on that second one, I'll take off a plate and do a superset in a drop set fashion so I can get some nice, clean, and good reps in. The reason why I like this straight after the barbell bench is because barbell, it doesn't exhaust me if I were to do it before and then I get the really good tension and soreness I would after doing it from barbell. So to some of your guys' surprise, you might be pretty surprised, but my chest workout is actually pretty quick. I focus on doing core movements, going very heavy because I believe that that's what's actually going to build muscle. So here's me posing now, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you guys for coming with me on this chest day, and I'll go over the reflection video later. Thanks for watching. Alrighty guys, just finished up my chest day. I am super sore from arm day yesterday. That's why I usually take a rest, but I just couldn't rest on my day off today. I never get a day off like this, so it's like I gotta go to the gym. But I did get a good shoulder or chest pump in, as you can see. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that workout. Went ahead and took you guys through it because I figured there wasn't going to be as many people here. There wasn't, but it still felt awkward. There was a lot of people here still, so you won't get too many of those, but when I get a chance and I'm feeling good and I feel like there's not that many people in the gym, I will try and get more of my workouts in. But went ahead and took you guys through my chest day. And if you go to my very first beginning of my channel, before I started this series, I actually uploaded my whole split. So my workouts, exactly what I do, but it's changed up a little bit, but I pretty much change it up a little bit every workout, like between the actual workouts, but I keep the same idea. So like I work like upper chest, then middle, and then the lower part, and then like with biceps, like or like arms, I work like the long head of both, and then I work out the short head of the bicep and the other part of the tricep. You got the long part and then you got the short part. So the sequence is pretty much the same, but I will switch up the workouts every now and then. I'm really trying to get more reps for that 185 on incline, to be honest, because I've done 6 before, so I'm trying to get to that point where I can bang out 6 again pretty easily. But I did hit 200 bench and I kind of had a light day on eating, so I'm about to go get a pretty big meal in and then probably go do my video at the nature reserve again. So I'll catch you guys over there. Alrighty guys, what's going on? So I am out here at the nature preserve once again, and I will be walking and talking to you guys as I go on this walk, enjoying the birds, the insects, and the grass around me, the nature around me, fresh air. So today I had chest day as you saw at the gym. I've just been hanging out with the family before that, just enjoying my day off really. So it's been nice, and then, you know, I'm here at the park, and then I'll be playing some volleyball later. I probably won't get any clips of that. I'll just be out with some friends, enjoying my time. And I don't often like to record my workouts like I did because I can't feel like I give 100% of my effort while I'm working out because I'm focused on the content creation part. I will say if things worked out with this YouTube channel at some point, I probably would put way more effort into doing both. But for right now, my main purpose is to just talk with a community as much as I can, address things that you guys ask me to, that you guys might be interested in. So, and right now I know for sure, like I've tried to do the gym stuff, but to consistently do that and maintain the exact purpose and focus while also working can just be difficult. So
I'm gonna set my camera down here as I talk by the water. So today I wanted to talk about what part of me is trying to be heard right now. And the reason why I feel like this is important is because I talk with a lot of people around me about what I'm trying to get them to understand and hear. And I feel like it goes over a lot of people's heads. I've also noticed, like in today's society, a lot of people have short attention spans when it comes to having a intellectual conversation or even a debate for that matter. So people are so quick to either just change the topic, like if you've noticed yourself bouncing between people or bouncing between a conversation with a person, like maybe that doesn't bother you, but that's something that bothers me a lot because it just shows how short minded we are to just bring up something, talk about it, and then switch subjects. You can never get deep into one thing, and maybe not everybody's like that, but that's something how I feel is important with through communication, learning how to talk to people about one thing for a long time. If you ever get into sales, you have to sit there and talk to somebody about something for a long time consistently. That's the same thing and provide as much information about it as possible. So those are like conversation stuff I like to have. But like going back to my original point is when I talk with people, they're bouncing between topics and I might say something and they might hear me out and they'll even agree with me, but there's no actual understanding and meaning to those words when they're hearing them or when they're saying anything back and agreeing with me. So, what I mean by that is when I try to tell people, including you guys, that personal growth, health, emotional and physical health, or mental and physical health, and financial growth and just all these things, like how important they really are to me, I explain that to my friends and people around me. And you guys don't understand. I don't think, not you guys, but I don't think these people really understand the importance and the prioritization that I'm actually willing to make for these things over other things that we do. So, like, we'll talk about it, but then they'll be out going to the club every weekend and stuff while I've been motivating my time and effort into making these YouTube videos for you guys and in trying to do better with my content creation. And then also trying to cut out alcohol so I can see as much muscle growth and gain in the gym as I can. So, like I'm really making these differences and I'm trying to be heard by making these differences. And when I say what part of me is trying to be heard, it's pretty much information that you could consider me gatekeeping or just like a mindset hack in order to remind yourself how hard and things that you need to work, because I don't care for anybody to really understand me. I just feel like it's free advice. And I feel like we should listen to ourselves more than how we think we do. You know what I mean? So I don't really care for people to actually hear me, but the part of me that's trying to be heard is pretty much what I would say is how serious I'm taking my grind, is what part of me is trying to be heard. And I feel like everybody should kind of have that mindset when I ask them that question. And you should see people don't understand the amount of, and it's because they're not supposed to really, because everybody's different, but we all got to work really hard, and we are supposed to expect nobody to understand how hard we really want this thing that we're working towards. So, I hope that was understanding, um, enough. I feel like sometimes I can kind of switch topics like within a topic and not make it probably as clear as it could be, because this is not a script. This is just me talking off my head. But I like it that way because then I'm more confident when I'm talking to you guys, and I feel like it just looks better. I'm sitting here actually communicating with you guys rather than just reading a piece of paper. So I notice when I write things down and stuff, it's stuff I already know. I just need to put it down on paper to really get it through my head to hold myself accountable for certain things. But once you do that, I spent time writing in a notebook for so long now, my habits are just stuck with me. And if there's anything new I'm trying to add on, I'll add it to that. But I've been so consistent to where everything that I was writing down is now a habit. And I hold myself accountable to do it no matter what. So, yeah, that was pretty much the topic of today's video, is what part of me is trying to be heard. And I would say the grind that people don't understand. And that goes across all points of your life in order to reach that next level. Don't waste your time trying to be heard, though. That's my point as well. Don't waste your time. Just know that the way that you think is different than everybody else's, and it has to be. And so there's no point trying to get people to understand your perception of what you believe in, especially people who aren't open to understanding different perspectives. The point is just to focus on what you know and the personal growth that we are trying to achieve as a community while we go through our 20s in order to be the best person we could possibly be by the time we are 30. So, thank you guys for watching for day 93 of I think it's 94 of completing my 20s. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 95.